The consultation is free over the phone. No clinic. Steelman Pills sends it in the mail in a confidential package.
I'm on it. I mean, my friend will be on it.
Steelman Pills, going the extra mile to help men with erectile dysfunction.
800-915-9371. 800-915-9371. 800-915-9371. That's 800-915-9371.
The Lou Information Station presents Art City Now with Vic Faust.
Hey guys, welcome into the show. Happy Friday. It is here. Time is 6:05. It is August 8th, 882025. Sun is getting ready to come up this morning on what will be another hot summer day. We're glad you're with us. We get you going here every Monday through Friday. We're from 6 to 8 a.m. It is a Friday. It's heading into the weekend. We just want you guys to feel good, relax this morning. Come on into the show with us. If you have things you want to talk about, let us know. We will certainly get that out there for you if those things are going on. Also, if you guys have a story, let us know. We'll get it out there for you. We're grateful that you guys want to come in and talk and see what's going on. Lots to talk about today, as we normally have. Stories, information, whatever, back and forth. You can also watch us on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Facebook, YouTube, and X. And you can also jump in on the chat line, those same spots on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Once again, Facebook, YouTube, and X. We got some more rain over the night throughout the area. Projo, out in your way, did you get any rain?
I did.
Yeah, it was, and that wasn't supposed to happen, right?
I don't think so.
And then all of a sudden it came.
Yeah.
At one point yesterday, it was sunny outside, and there was rain falling. I'm like, what the heck is going on? But it happened. So, oh well. Get a little rain, get the weather kick-started up. And it's the start of the weekend. Hopefully it's the start of the weekend for many of you. You know, a lot of people work as well. Cardinals get back to action tonight. They're back home for a series with the Chicago Cubs this weekend. The Cubs are in town. Yankees are going to be in town later this week as well. So some big franchises who are having, you know, some good seasons will be here in the St. Louis area. And anything that you guys want to talk about with that, let us know. Projo's also, is that a new background that you made for us right there?
Not the one there. However, this background is new.
Sure. Well, if we're getting a little, we get started on the show here today. It's radio, it's podcast, it's all mixed into one.
Well, and then, you know, we always have this that we can use.
Okay.
It'll pop up. There we go.
We like that. We're showing some graphics here.
So, yeah. So this is probably the main one that we'll use right here.
All right. I like it. That works. If you guys want to give a shout out to anybody as well, we always say it. You have the opportunity to do a shout out. You can do it on the chat line. You can also give us a call. Phone number there is 855-282-8255. That is 855-282-8255. We're ready to get things started. It is the weekend, and we're the first thing to get going with luinfo.com. Once again, that's luinfo.com. It was such a bizarre scene yesterday, Projo. I saw it. You sent the helicopter accident. I know people were talking about it.
Yeah.
I've never seen a helicopter go down except on videos, but this one was just, it was, you know, it's, first of all, it's sad when you see something like that happens, but then, you know, you start to go, okay, why did this happen? Could it have been avoided? A helicopter gets caught up in wires.
Can we go ahead and show it?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I thought you were showing in the background. I'm sorry.
No. I didn't know if you wanted to wait until later.
No. Go ahead.
The helicopter was just working on these power lines.
I was reading.
It hit the power line, blew up. There was a pilot. There was a worker. The helicopter blew up and fell and crashed in that barge, and it's exploding right now.
The aircraft made several trips allegedly.
The helicopter
was
just working on these power lines.
Illinois side to the Missouri side, carrying workers to a high tension power line tower.
There was a pilot.
Next thing
there was
a
worker. The helicopter blew up
the helicopter
and fell and crashed in that barge, and it's exploding right now.
Right into a barge, burst into flames, and 2 people lost their
The helicopter
lives.
was just working
That's
on
how
these power
fast
lines.
it can happen, especially
It
when
hit the
you're
power
dealing with a
line,
helicopter. Have you ever been in a
blew
helicopter,
up.
Projo?
There was
I've been in a
a
helicopter.
pilot, there was a worker.
I'm
The
me with my,
helicopter blew up
fear of
and fell
heights.
and crashed in
I
that
don't think
barge,
that'd
and
work
it's
out too
exploding
well.
right now.
I mean, this one was
The
right
helicopter
near
was
power
just
line.
working on these power lines.
I mean, that's
It
trouble.
hit the
Or
power
could be. It
line,
was hovering right
blew
near it.
up.
Weren't they putting
There was
warning
a
markers on power lines?
a pilot,
Yeah.
there was a worker. The
It
helicopter
literally
blew
just
up
touched the line
and fell
then
and crashed in that
within
barge,
a
and it's
couple
exploding right
seconds,
now.
That was it. It just falls from the sky.
The helicopter was just working on these
So
power
that made a lot of news yesterday. We're showing you some of the video aftermath of some of the things that were happening there. That happened. Good morning. You can jump in on the chat line as well. Good morning to you, Donna. That happened on the Mississippi River in the
Yeah.
St. Louis area.
Right near Alton. Right
Near Alton.
Yeah, it's a little south of the lock and dam right there.
And then, of course, that becomes a big story. And then, thoughts and prayers for not only the people who were inside that passed away, but also the company, the family, the friends. It's just like, oh, I saw it come down. I was like, oh, it's like, man, I just didn't know how high up that was
Yeah.
when you see something like that happen. So it's like, okay, all right, we get it. This is life is precious, and we need to value it all the time, and just see what what's going to happen each and every day. So those people lost their lives working, and then there's a whole lot of questions, just exactly why and what was up there. So it is a Friday. I'd like to try to keep it as light as possible, but some of those stories happen where you can't, and you got to move through there. But we appreciate you joining us for Art City Now. We'll talk about the St. Louis stories, news headlines, things that are happening throughout this entire area. We also appreciate you liking, subscribing, sharing our show, sharing the reels, letting people know some of the things that are happening throughout the entire area as well. Because we'll cover everything. You cover news, just headlines, entertainment, whatever the case. We'll try to get inside and do that. I thought this was very interesting too for a Friday. How would you like to get bought out? This isn't a St. Louis situation, but it is one. Imagine this. A new tech CEO takes over your company and says, work 80 hours a week or take a buyout. Okay. Work 80 hours a week or take a buyout. That coming. Oh, work weekends too. That's the message. It's an AI startup called Windsurf. They were acquired by fellow AI coding startup Cognition. So literally, reports were they were cutting 30 employees. Cognition offered the remaining 200 team members. The remaining 200 team members at Windsurf a choice. Take a buyout or work 80 hours a week. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we're going to work 80 hours a week.
Right.
I think many people would be taking the buyout, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I'm curious from the standpoint also of what would you do? I love this. Just be out. Be who you are, but be honest. People, what do you think about this if your boss in St. Louis area came and told you this? This is the new Cognition CEO. Quote, "We don't believe in work-life balance." That's coming from the new CEO, Scott Wu, W-U, in an email to staff as reported.
That kind of explains it.
Building the future of software engineering is a mission we all care so deeply about that we couldn't possibly separate the two. So they're based in San Francisco. They're an applied AI lab that builds end-to-end software. Quote, "We're upfront about this in hiring, so there's no surprises." That's what it's a crazy, bizarre story to me, but I love it when people are just honest, flat out honest. black and white, in your face. There's no going behind your back. There's no surprises. It's straight up. Here's the deal. If you want it, fine. If you don't, oh well. Quote, we're upfront about this in the hiring, so there's no surprises later. We routinely are at the office through the weekend and do some of our best work late into the night. Many of us literally live where we work. We know that people who joined Windsurf didn't expect to join Cognition, and while we're proud of how we work, we understand it's not for everybody. So you can work 80 hours a week or take a buyout. There's your Friday morning story. It's like, okay, it's time to get serious, and that's what they're doing. It's like, okay, thank you. What else is happening? Do you guys got plans this weekend? If you do, let us know if there's something that we're missing out on. We'd love to hear about that as well. Make sure we rely on you guys, too, to tell us what's happening out in the St. Louis metropolitan area. There is also the band called Our Last Night, final tour, special guest Grayscale and the Windwalkers. That's over at the Factory in Chesterfield tonight. Tomorrow night's Old 60, special guest Sons of Habit. And then they think they got an act on Sunday, and Sunday too. The Dave Kaz and Friends Summer Horns of 2025. And Wilco will be there Tuesday. So you got quite the lineup over at the Factory in Chesterfield as well. If there's other shows, other things going on, let us know. Shane Gillis will be at Enterprise Center tomorrow night. Projo's got tickets for that. Look forward to catching up to find out if you thought it was as good as you thought it was going to be on Monday morning. Shane Gillis coming to St. Louis. I don't think it's sold out, but it was close. Definitely very close. Close to being sold out.
I don't know for sure, but I know that he does sell arenas out.
Do you think you go into a comedian already kind of laughing because you want to laugh?
Well, I just hope I hope he uses new jokes, because that's what I worry about, is going and hearing the things that I've heard before. It's like paying money to hear stuff that I watched on YouTube.
Yeah, that would be an issue, right?
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, the guy's funny. I mean, yeah. I think there's a show on Netflix called Tires. I think it's called Tires.
Tires.
Yeah.
And I'm not familiar with
Shane,
it. What is it?
Shane Gillis stars. Wait, look this up.
So why do you bring up Tires? I don't understand that part.
Well, I mean, the guy's funny. I don't think I'm going to be disappointed.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, me either.
I don't.
There you go. You've also got, like I said, the Cardinals. They play baseball. They're back after having a day off in St. Louis tonight. Busch Stadium. It'll be a warm night. Supposed to be a warm day. It's high around 96. I'm assuming the heat index will be at 100 or maybe over 100 by that time as well, late in the day as we get going. Greg says, bye-bye. Bye-bye. He said, forget that. 80 hours a week, work weekends. I mean, you can't have a family and do that. So essentially, they want single people. There's no way. You couldn't be married. You'd have to be single to work in that environment.
Yeah. You couldn't have kids either.
No, you couldn't.
Nope.
So that's what they were looking for. That's in San Francisco from the chat line. Donna says, Eagles won versus the Bengals last night. Preseason football. I couldn't find it in the St. Louis area. It was one of the games where blacked out. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Greg says, bye-bye, would not go there. I say moo to that, go hire some cows, whatever. Those are the types of things that you have to deal with sometimes with bosses. Have any bosses like expected crazy, wild, nutty things from you in the jobs that you've had? Our 6th heat wave starting this week. Yes, that coming from Donna this morning as well. Love it when you guys jump in on the chat line as well. 6:19 is the time. It's August 8th. This is Art City Now, talking about some of those things that are going on. So the Cardinals are back in town this weekend. Then they have series with the Rockies. Then the Yankees come to town. So that's a big deal as well. You get those guys coming to town. Some big names. We'll see what kind of attendance there may be. A couple weekends left before school starts throughout the metropolitan area. I mean, literally this weekend and then the following weekend, and we're right into school. You got 2 weekends left if you're in your situation where you have kids that are at school or doing that. So the hot weather's here, that's for sure. What are the plans for this weekend? What are you guys doing? What do you have going on today as well? Also, we were talking about the Yankees coming to town, and I just think that's a really, really cool deal where the Make-A-Wish Foundation, I used to work with them and loved it and saw what they did. But the Make-A-Wish Foundation, they're giving a 15-year-old, Luca Orrico's dreams, a chance to come true. So he's going to get a chance, and his wish has been granted where he is going to get a chance to have the New York Yankees experience, and he's going to get a chance to meet Aaron Judge, one of the game's top players right now. He said it was just a pretty special feeling. He's like, I watched the guy. So just to be able to meet him is a dream come true. So that's going to happen, I believe, next week. Luca and his family are going to be heading out. They're set to leave for New York August 20th. So they're going to get a chance to go meet Aaron Judge. Just such a great thing when you see kids' wishes after dealing with things that you would never, ever want to deal with. So he was diagnosed, Luca, with a inflammatory disease 2 years ago. So that's what we know that he has. And then, so Make-A-Wish is doing what they always do, making wishes come true. And Luca now gets to go meet Aaron Judge. What a really, really, really cool, special story. A bittersweet moment. You get to meet somebody, but you're not in the best situation you could be from a health standpoint. His parents said that it's been a long road for their son after he was diagnosed with that. So here comes the Make-A-Wish Foundation. If you ever have a chance to join with them, help them in any way, a wonderful, wonderful charitable organization for sure in the work that they do. And if anybody else has any of those stories or knows someone who's been helped, or you remember one, maybe somebody in your family has had one of those things that have happened, or if they made a wish or know somebody, just really, really special to see those things and some of those dreams coming true when you're dealing, and these kids are dealing with things that are no fault of their own, really put into bad, bad situations. From the chat line, Donna says, when I first went on my own, I worked 80 hours a week. I was so tired. Yeah, you put especially if you own businesses, that can happen. Also, that was so nice. He did the same thing with the Eagles, played quarterback for a day. Yeah, I saw that happen too. You'll see a lot of the Make-A-Wish opportunities come true, especially with sports athletes, giving up their time, hanging out with kids to see what they can do to try to give them a good day. Literally just one day to try to have a good day all the way around. We'll take your phone calls as well. 855-282-8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. You can also stream us at luinfo.com. Once again, that is luinfo.com. What else is happening? What's the water cooler talk? What is happening throughout the St. Louis area? I know that we're going to get into this a little bit later in the show too. But if you're a beer drinker, a recent study has found that some beer produced in the St. Louis County area contains PFAs. Those are the forever chemicals. Well, how does it it's the local water that you use. It goes right back to it. PFAs are the man-made chemicals used in various products for their water, grease, and stain repellent properties. They're called forever chemicals. So the study was conducted at RTI International and examined and found that beers brewed in areas with high PFAs concentrations in their water did in fact have higher levels of the chemicals in their beer as well. And obviously, we can brew some beer in the St. Louis area. So it tested 94 beers. Get your guys' thoughts on this. 94 beers from 23 brands. And it found that a popular beer from St. Louis County contained PFA compounds, although not at high levels or levels exceeding the Environmental Protection Agency's health standards. But products from North Carolina and Michigan did exceed the EPA standards. Just letting you know, it's like, oh, there may be some PFAs in there, but the EPA says it's fine. Yeah. So you can start talking and wondering about what's happening and how to get the water. So research still going on how to determine, as they say, how to determine different levels of exposure to different kinds of PFAs. But if consumers are concerned about PFAs, they should be cautious of products labeled as stain repellent, water resistant, or non-stick, as they may contain chemicals. So I had no idea. Clueless. Absolutely clueless from that standpoint. But I guess it's something we should be thinking about.
Absolutely.
Brewers can check their public water utility results or test their water. If PFAs are present, then they would install carbon or reverse osmosis water filtration to remove the PFA contamination. That's what they're recommending to do to make sure that you get some of those PFAs out. But, you know, you see a headline, oh, St. Louis County beer makers. So it's not over the EPA standards, but they have found some PFAs in there. All right. Stay safe, St. Louis. Stay safe.
Don't drink the tap water.
Yeah. Well, we already know you shouldn't be drinking tap water anyway.
Right.
People it's the fluoride just for starters. I mean, that's what a bunch of the Maha movement was, if people didn't know. And St. Louis is known for having some decent water compared to other parts of the country. It is.
Yeah.
But I'm not drinking tap water with all the fluoride in it. I'm not.
And chlorine, there's all kinds of stuff.
We were PFAs, which we were just talking about.
I'm having trouble cooking with it these days because
how so?
Just like out in Moscow Mills, the water is really bad. I mean, you can turn the tap on and you can smell it.
Oh,
it's bad.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, and so it, just even thinking about cooking with that. Yeah. Like rinsing your vegetables and fruit.
So you're thinking, wait a second, I'm supposed to be rinsing, but I don't know what I'm actually
right. I could
maybe soaking them in.
Might as well be rinsing it with sewage.
All right. You're giving it a special marinade.
Right.
Tasty. Oh my gosh. We still got a lot to get to. We're just getting warmed up here today. Thanks for liking, subscribing, sharing the show, jumping on in. If you guys have stories, things that you want to cover, want to talk about, let us know. We'll be doing that. We are your Lou information station. We're live and on demand at louinfo.com. We'll tell you about a guy who was walking at Forest Park. 3 dogs attacked by him. The dogs get pushed back by the owner and the owner takes off. Yeah, that was one of those stories. That plus much more coming right back up here on Arch City Now. Happy Friday, back in just a moment. We are your Lou information station, live and on demand at louinfo.com.
LouInfo.com news headlines brought to you by Brown and Crouppen. GetBC.com.
This is your LouInfo.com news update. St. Louis County Police are investigating a deadly shooting that happened Thursday morning at Woodlands Apartments on Sheffingdale Court near Delwood. Officers found a man dead from gunshot wounds when they arrived. No arrests yet, and anyone with tips should contact detectives. A Missouri foster mom is accused of trading a child for an exotic monkey and now faces new criminal charges. Brenda Deutsch was released on bond less than a month ago after being charged with endangering the welfare of a child over allegations of a child being traded for a monkey in Texas. New documents allege Deutsch received reimbursement for respite care services that were never provided. More court dates are pending. Mayor Spencer said there are about 700 households damaged by the May 16th tornado that have not yet applied for federal aid that they qualify for. The deadline to apply is Monday, August 11th, after the mayor requested an extension. There's more information on how to apply for disaster assistance with FEMA at disasterassistance.gov. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, LouInfo.com weather. Presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports. Anytime, anywhere.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. Hot and humid for most of the upcoming weekend. Sunshine today. We're in the mid-90s. We have a big high-pressure system parked in the central states and covering all of the Midwest. Our heat index today just over 100, so we'll be a little uncomfortable with that humidity. Clear tonight, mid-70s, and then we're in the low to mid-90s and sunny through the weekend. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
You've seen this. It's brand new. Are you online?
Oh, hey. Oh, so you're new here.
All right, let's get cracking.
Okay, then maybe you should check out our website.
You're insane.
Well, you download songs illegally from the internet.
LouInfo.com. The Lou Information Station. 590 AM KLIS, Wood River, St. Louis.
Our origin story begin.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision. It should not be based solely on advertisements.
Not sure how to get a lawyer after an accident? Call Brown & Crouppen. We'll walk you through it. Worried it'll cost too much? Here's a fact. At Brown & Crouppen, you pay nothing up front, and we never get paid unless you do. When you're our client, you'll have all your questions answered, all for free. Hurt? Get the facts and help you need. Call Brown & Crouppen now.
Hey everyone, Cam Jansen here to tell you about the experts at Fast Signs in Earth City. Fast Signs can handle any and all of your business visibility needs, from traditional signs and graphics to digital to core graphics and anything in between. Fast Signs in Earth City has you covered. The station uses them, the Blues use them, and you will love the work they do. Call 314-344-4400 for your custom signage needs today. That's Fast Signs in Earth City, 314-344-4400.
St. Louis's new home for the best in sports coverage is STL Sports Central. Find them on YouTube or at stlsportscentral.com. With names like Randy Carricker and Bernie Miklitz leading the way to provide you with the latest news and commentary on all of your favorite St. Louis sports teams, along with great written content and post-game shows after every St. Louis sports team plays. That's STL Sports Central, online or on YouTube.
Grounded third, diving play by Arenado. They get the out! Unbelievable.
Get ready for the ultimate showdown. The New York Yankees come to Busch Stadium the weekend of August 15th through the 17th, and they're bringing the star power. See sluggers like Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton take on your Cardinals in one of the biggest series of the season. Finish off your summer in style with the Cardinals and Yankees. Great seats still available. Get yours now at Cardinals.com.
This is Nolan Arenado, St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
Summer in St. Louis means one thing: Cardinals baseball. It's more than a game, it's an STL tradition. The crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd, the boom of the fireworks. It's the soundtrack to summer for Cardinals Nation. So grab your cap and glove and take your spot in the stands, because in St. Louis, baseball is more than a melody, it's our favorite song.
Is your brand stuck on the sidelines? Tired of feeling like your marketing budget is just warming the bench? Well, then it's time to get in the game with Eyesight Media. We don't just put your brand near the action, we put you in the action. Imagine this: your company front and center, showcased in NCAA and pro stadiums and arenas nationwide. If you're ready to elevate your brand to MVP status, don't miss this shot. Visit eyesightmediagroup.com today to apply for an in-arena partnership. That's eyesightmediagroup.com.
Back to more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey guys, welcome back into the show. We appreciate you joining us. It's Arch City Now. It is a Friday. I'm Vic Faust, Projo alongside as well. Dang, I didn't feel like I wanted to be a little dressed down today. I'm trying to get my damn hat straight. Projo, is that crooked or am I straight?
That looks straight.
Okay.
I think you're good.
Oh, the sun is shining. We're a half a cup of coffee in. I saw that. I like our coffee maker machine here at Strategic. Did you see the trivia question it asked?
No, actually.
For all of you people out there that drink coffee, what country produces the most coffee?
Colombia?
We'll give you 3 guesses. Vietnam, Colombia, or Brazil. Once again, Vietnam, Colombia, or Brazil. Your guess is Colombia. Is that correct?
Yeah, but since you said Brazil, could be either Colombia or Brazil.
It could be Brazil. It could be Colombia. It could be Vietnam.
That would be interesting.
Just go with Colombia.
Yeah.
You're wrong. It's Brazil. It's Brazil. Brazil produces the most coffee in the world.
Wow.
I would have said Colombia as well.
Who knew?
From the chat line, you can jump in on our chat line as well here on Arch City Now. You can do that at X, YouTube, and Facebook. We're streamed there live every day. Join the chat right there. It's at Arch City Now. You can also give us a call at 855-282-8255. Once again, that's 855-282-8255. It is a Friday. It is August 8th. 6:36 is our time. Hope everybody's going to have a great Friday, a good weekend. The sun is shining. We're getting you up and out the door today. From the chat line, Greg says, you could drink a ketchup smoothie from Smoothie King, just released in LA. A ketchup smoothie. Although, you ketchup freaks out there or something else. I mean, you guys started telling me about all the ketchup on eggs, ketchup on steaks.
Ketchup on hot dogs.
Well, yeah, I mean, I get that. I get ketchup.
Well, some people don't. Some people are strictly mustard.
Well, that's me. I wouldn't put ketchup on a hot dog. But that's fine. I get it with hot dogs.
I like my ketchup, but a ketchup smoothie, no thank you.
No, I mean, I'm just thinking about going, oh my gosh, that is nasty. Or at least it just sounds nasty. We appreciate you letting us know that, Greg. Yippee. Here we go. Ketchup smoothies. Anybody ready for it? No, not hardly. Hey, by the way, the Cardinals play tonight. They're at home against the Cubs. Cubs in town for a weekend series. Then you've got the Rockies coming to town. Then a day off. Then the Yankees in town next weekend as well. We were just talking about that. They'll be in town taking on the Cardinals. That's there. Tony jumps in and says, I don't even like touching a ketchup bottle. I love it. What a great way of saying it. I mean, I'm not against ketchup. I just don't see ketchup on a steak. I just don't. Ugh. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it.
That's blasphemy. Ketchup on a steak.
Okay. Yeah, you never know where you're going to go. What's going on with you guys in the St. Louis area today or this weekend? If something's going on, let us know. We'll talk about it. Love listening to what you guys want to do. Okay. So, something else that's out there. I'm just curious. Maybe Projo, this would be something that you would want to do too. Do you have that picture of the concept of what is being built to send people to outer space for good?
That right there?
Yeah, that
like
right there.
Cigar?
Yeah, exactly. That, my friend, it's an ambitious, visionary project, if you will. This is in the works. Would you consider this? It is a model of a spaceship that will take humans one way. A 250-year journey to Alpha Centauri, the closest star system to Earth. this is actually being planned. I don't know if you'd want to be on this or not, but I know there's probably people you'd like to put on this ship and send them away forever. This was the winning design, Chrysalis, a self-sustaining vessel capable of housing 1,000 people over multiple generations. 36 miles long. Can you imagine the engineering concept on something like that? And you just go float? You go float, and that's where you live. You live inside of a bubble.
Inside of a cigar.
Yeah, the ship would be divided into several shells, each with a function to ensure the well-being of its passengers.
Looks like something designed by Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, I know. One shell would house agriculture and biomes. You'd have critical spaces designed to recreate Earth's diverse environments. Tropical forest. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I saw it. I was like, yeah, that's kind of wild for Friday.
Is this a NASA thing or is this a Tesla thing?
No, it sounds like a Tesla thing, doesn't it? But it's not. No. It's not. But these are the designs that they're talking about being able to do this.
Crazy.
Literally giving I don't know. I mean, it seems like it'd be one of those things. What was the movie? Was it 2012?
Interstellar?
No. I was thinking about with John Cusack, where the world freezes over and floods, and then there were like little ships that they had to get to in China. 2012, isn't it?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. He was like a limo driver or something, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yes, that's a good movie.
Yeah.
But then they get in these ships until the water goes down, and then they start over. It was hard for me just to imagine John Cusack playing like a serious role,
right,
like that. But I guess he did all right.
He did really good in Hot Tub Time Machine.
Hot Tub Time Machine, baby, a classic, the original. They tried to make 2 or 3 of them after that. That's not such a great idea. Not such a great idea. So we talked about the Cardinals being in town this weekend. Mizzou football's coming up. We've been talking about and promoting them. I thought this was interesting too. CBS Sports predicted all of the SEC football teams' first losses of the year. They think Mizzou starts off the season 5-0. Their 2 biggest games would be against Kansas and South Carolina at home. They have them winning both those games. And then their first loss would be at Alabama, not until October 11th. So I'm like, okay, that's some good news for the Missouri sports fans all around. Not until October 11th. I like that. Also, if you guys have a story that you want to talk about, something you want to bring attention to, a charity, person, place, business, whatever it may be, just let us know. You can jump in. You can also email us. We didn't tell you about that earlier. archcitynow@gmail.com. Once again, it's archcitynow@gmail.com. We'll get in as much as we possibly can and just cover your stories, anything and everything that we can there. We've also got the story we were talking about, unfortunately, yesterday. The helicopter that crashed near the Alton area onto a barge on the Mississippi River. It was doing some work, hovering near some power line. All of a sudden, a blade clips a line, and that's all it takes. Helicopters, I mean, they're great if you're using them, but they can also be dangerous. They can be. So that blew up. That was a big story yesterday. Big time talk about, unfortunately, 2 people lost their lives in that crash. And then, of course, you have family, you have friends, you have coworkers, businesses, people that were all together there. And then, of course, you have the mourning that happens after something like that goes down. If anybody has seen anything like that, knows anybody, anything from that standpoint, feel free to share that story as well. You can always jump in on our chat line. We appreciate when you guys do as well. Greg says, by the way, looks like the alien probe from Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home. And maybe people get ideas from that. Maybe that's what happens.
Science fiction sometimes becomes science fact.
They see some movies. Greg says it also gets a little weirder. An ice cream called Frida just released a new flavor called breast milk, and it's not a joke. I did see this. If you guys see it or try it, let us know. But ice cream flavor called breast milk. I did see it, Greg. I did. I saw it and I went, oh, I have zero desire to try that.
I will never try it, but I want to know if it contains actual breast milk or if it just tastes like it.
No. It doesn't. No, it doesn't. No.
I would hope not.
Yes, the movie 2012, that was a John Cusack movie. That's what the starship, so to speak, cylinder reminded me of, the ship that they were floating in. Yeah, it is Friday. We're kind of all over the place this morning. That's good stuff. Yeah, we're not going to do that. Schnucks continues to grow. News, by the way, if you haven't seen it yet, there's I used to go to this Schnucks, by the way, on Olive in the Creve Coeur area, St. Louis metropolitan area. They're building a new massive store not far from the other one they have. This is right on Olive Road, and it's right near the development is being built near the former Bear campus, that huge Bear campus. That's almost 100-acre campus, literally right at the southwest corner of Olive and North Lindbergh Boulevard. There's nothing really over there right now.
Yeah.
They've been clearing it out, but they're going to do, it's going to be a new village. It's going to be the Olia Village development. So it's not too far from the current store. So, you know what? Some stores are a little older. This is an older one. And you may go to a Schnucks. You may go to more so Schnucks. And you may like one better than the other one if you've been in. Or it's like, oh, I think I can get more items there. The Deerbergs look all pretty much the same, don't they?
Yeah.
Most of them.
Not all Schnucks, like you said, are created equally, though.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
They're not. It's part
I
of
like that
it.
about them, though. I like the one in Clayton. Like, they have, I mean, pretty much
on
anything.
Ladue Road?
Yeah. Well, right there in Frontenac.
Oh, the Frontenac one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's interesting. I know somebody who doesn't like that one.
Really?
Yeah, it's like that's the least stocked one.
I used to go there for lunch when I went to culinary school right down the street from there. So
Okay.
I would go to lunch at that Schnucks because it was really the only thing that you could get.
They make
quick
some really
food.
good food in there, though.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly why I like it.
The people who are cooking or culinary-esque or whatever, they do a really good job there. They do.
Yes.
Curious if you guys want to give a shout out to a certain store, butcher, whatever be the case. When it comes to the St. Louis area, those are just some things that I remember seeing. I'm like, okay, so they're going to build that big new store, but that Schnucks store that they're going to take down over on Olive, there's a AMC Theater across the street. There's Old California Pizza Kitchen. Just letting people know where that Olive, it's right near Lindbergh and Olive. That store opened in 1967.
Okay.
That is a long run for a store. And it looks like it when you go in too. I mean, it does.
Yeah.
And all the employees get to switch over to the new location. So that's kind of cool. 68,000 square feet, twice the size of the current store that they're using. So that's a big deal. The chairman, Schnucks chairman, Todd Schnuck, said after serving our loyal customers in the Creve Coeur and surrounding area for nearly 6 decades, we're excited to continue nourishing people's lives in that community with a brand new state-of-the-art Schnucks store. The grand opening date has not yet been determined, but if people see a bunch of construction in that area, you will now know what is happening over there. Do people have favorite grocery stores and why throughout the metro area?
Well, I mean, a lot of people really do.
And what stores? A lot of people, what, Projo?
A lot of people really do like take pride in where they go and they get the food that they put in their body. Like I like going to Schnucks for that reason. I mean, I used to go to Walmart. And I learned some things about their
oh my gosh, are you serious?
Great value, no good.
Really?
Mhm.
Do you remember anything specific?
There were chemicals inside the Great Value graham crackers and that we had to look up. And when we looked them up, their sole purpose was to make you want more of that chemical.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what I heard with Chick-fil-A. Chemicals that are used, and Chick-fil-A it can be some good healthy food, but they use chemicals
Mhm.
that can make you addicted to it, which is why
Yep.
we all want Chick-fil-A.
Mm-hmm. So you got to watch out for that stuff and look up the ingredients.
How did you know to even start to look or want to look for something like that?
I was making a homemade cheesecake, and I had Honey Made grams and I had Great Value grams, and tasted one. The Honey Made graham tasted a lot better. We started looking at ingredients to find out why, and we found out.
From the chat line, most Schnucks are Old National or Shop and Save stores that closed. Okay, so then you just take over that area. Also, Greg says, I have Schnucks that are only a mile apart near me. I was in a situation where I had 2 Schnucks near me, like within mile drives. I'm just curious where people are shopping throughout the metro area. What stores are you going to and why? That's another fun topic that we like to talk about. I mean, I think that could be a good one throughout the area. This is, we're being asked about how English muffins are doing. Greg gave us English muffins in a package, and I don't know, maybe a year old. They might even be older than a year, and they still look the exact same. That shows you there's some things inside that should not be inside the English muffins that you're eating, which is why you have to be careful whatever you're putting into your body. And Projo has the English muffins.
Yeah, I just want to get them out of the closet.
What,
here.
are you going to show them?
Yes.
Okay, and then you can tell us how old these English muffins are. That would be great as well.
So these expired February of 23, and
What?
they look like you could open the package and eat them right now. No mold, no nothing.
Yeah, show. Can you put it up a little closer too?
That's about as good as it gets. But yeah.
Those are 2 years old, 3 years old?
Yep. They expired 2 years ago.
Okay, case in point. Those are the kind of preservatives that get put in the food to make them last. All right.
And they do last.
What a great show and tell for a Friday morning when it comes to English muffins.
Thanks, Greg.
Wow.
You can have your muffins back now.
Yeah, exactly. They've been taking up space at the studio. We do not, I repeat, we do not need those anywhere where we are right now. It is a Friday. It's going to be near 100 degrees again today. Hopefully you guys have some plans set up for this weekend, 2 weekends left before basically most of the St. Louis area is back in school. It's August 8th. The dog days of summer have hit us. The weather, from that standpoint, maybe if you have a pool, you're getting out to the pool, doing some of those things. We're just glad that you join us. And also, we take you to 8 o'clock every day. Hot Take Central is the show that follows us every day. They're on from 8 to 10 o'clock. Lots of sports, lots of fun, lots of entertainment. Hot Take Central 2.0, Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. You got the former Blue, Cam Jansen, and St. Louis Cardinals broadcaster, Jim the Cat Hayes. Chat line Greg says it's an abnormal Friday. It really is. It felt weird this morning. I told you, I was like, I've got my clothes. I got my jacket. I was like, I'm just going to stay in my hat. I'm going to stay in my t-shirt today. It's just
casual Friday.
It's a casual Friday. Stories are a little weird too, but we're just looking to cover what we can. Get all those things out there. It still amazes me how businesses and business owners anywhere, especially in the St. Louis area, and people that have been accused of other things can still do things where they're accused and being sued. You have a roofing contractor, and I know about this because, as you know, I'm involved with a roofing and construction company. They alleged in a tornado that they've done over $517,000 worth of work for emergency repairs following the tornadoes, May 16th. Well, then the roofing company Amigo claims that developers Victor Alston and Sid Chakravarty have not paid for the
services.
Yes. And I'm like, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of roofing. And that's a lot of work. There's a lot of guys that need to get paid if that is indeed true. But that was the story that was out. I think it was on Fox that I read this morning in the St. Louis area. They said that the developer signed three separate agreements for emergency work at a bunch of apartments. Yeah, because you got to get in, you got to do it quick.
Yep.
And you're talking, that is a lot of money. A lot of money. So it just goes to show, I don't know if you guys have dealt with certain businesses, contractors, whatever, where you have an agreement, somebody does the job and then they don't get paid or vice versa. But it's just, it's just sad when you see some of the same names and or people getting accused of certain things like that. And those lawsuits come out.
I think in those type of situations, contractors should be able to go back and get all the materials. If they want to take the time to do it and undo everything that they did, they should be able to repo their services.
Well, I've dealt with this. My company that I'm associated with, and here's the catch on this. A tornado comes through, you want to help people. The first thing you need is you need to get roofs that have holes in them covered, tarped.
Yeah.
That's not free.
Nope.
And then you have people who will tell you, okay, and you're trying to do a quick job, but long story short, we had several people who said, oh yeah, we've got this insurance, whatever, and you're just trying to jump in and help. We tarp several roofs where people then just disappear. They don't call back. They won't take calls at the door. They'll force you to put a lien on their home and or go back up and take the tarping off the roofs. I mean, literally, I've dealt with some of those situations with people, and it's like you want to help people, but then it's like you were there and they're acting like, oh yeah, we love it, and then they just disappear on you. People will do that, and that's tough, and I hate that, but it is what it is. Those are some of the things that we've seen, and don't think for a second that people won't also try to screw over contractors. I have lived it. I have seen it. And I'm like, okay, all right. Is that how it's going to be played? So they really force you to try to put a lien on the house. Or like you said, go up and get your materials.
Right.
Okay, bye. See ya. Anyway, this is Arch City Now. I'm Vic Faust, Pro Joe alongside. We're just getting going. We have another hour here, fast hour down right now. Come back. St. Louis County Executive Sam Page has, been in some hot water. We'll tell you about another guy who's going to be running from the Democratic side. I know him, and would be a great choice. We'll get into that. Plus, what else is happening around this town? We'll get back. We are your Lou Information Station, live and on demand at luinfo.com.
Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At US Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
US Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With US Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose US Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. US Med. Better service, better care. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. That's 800-891-6335.
Hey, listen to me. I'm one of the credit cards in your wallet. I'm about to explode and pop like a balloon. You're using me and my brothers way too much.
Your credit cards aren't the only ones annoyed. It's your paycheck that doesn't have enough to pay everything. Save your credit cards, your paycheck, and yourself a lot of PAIN. Pain. Call the debt helpline now, not tomorrow, right now. Our experts will show you how you can cut your interest rates and your payments on your credit cards in half. Credit card companies have special assistance programs designed to help you. Make this 100% free call right now and learn how you could get out of credit card debt. Here's the number.
800-406-6569. 800-406-6569. 800-406-6569. That's 800-406-6569. Paid for by Zero Debt.
The Lou Information Station, 590 AM KLIS, Wood River, St. Louis.
USA Radio News, I'm John Summers. A Miami federal judge ordered a temporary pause on construction at the immigration detention facility known as Alligator Alcatraz. The ruling's a victory for environmentalists who want a shutdown of the facility until an environmental study can be completed. District Judge Kathleen Williams issued a temporary order blocking any construction at the site for 2 weeks after hearing 2 days of testimony. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says his country intends to take full control of the Gaza Strip, but not retain it. He sat down with Fox News yesterday, 2 months ahead of the 2-year anniversary of the beginning of the war with the Hamas terrorists.
We don't want to govern it. We don't want to be there as a governing body. We want to hand it over to Arab forces that will govern it properly without threatening us and giving Gazans a good life.
Netanyahu said the only way for a different future for Gaza is with the removal of Hamas, which he called a neo-Nazi army. The army honored the soldiers who took down the man accused of shooting 5 people at a Georgia military base. Thursday, Army Secretary Dan Driscoll awarded 6 soldiers the Meritorious Service Medal for their actions during the shooting at Fort Stewart Wednesday. President Trump's using charts put together by a Fox Business analyst to defend his firing of the Bureau of Labor Statistics Commissioner.
In the Oval Office on Thursday, Stephen Moore told Trump the fired stats chief overestimated job growth by 1.5 million jobs over the last 2 years of the Biden administration.
I don't know if she's... I'm not. It might not have been an error. That's the bad part. If it was an error, it would be one thing. I don't think it's an error. I think they did it purposely.
Trump fired Erica McIntarfer after the Bureau released the revised May and June reports downward. I'm Brian Shook.
From America's News Network, USA Radio News.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into. And that's MetaShare. Maybe you've heard joining MetaShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month. And that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MetaShare works too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. You can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 855-SHARE-40. 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 855-SHARE-40.
News reports on the Lou Information Station are presented by Brown and Crouppen. Brown and Crouppen.
So what's his handle?
GetBC.com.
You're gonna need lawyers, right?
Who needs a vacation? Are you ready for an unforgettable getaway? Start packing your bags because Branson, Missouri, the vacation and entertainment capital of the U.S., is calling your name. For just $99 per person, here's what you get. A full 3-day, 2-night stay in a luxury resort hotel, a delicious full breakfast buffet every morning you're here, and when you call right now, free show tickets worth up to $100. That's right, free show tickets to an award-winning show on us. You don't have to leave the country for an amazing vacation. You can drive or fly to Branson and have an incredible time. Whether you bring in the whole family or just planning a romantic escape, this trip is built for you. We guarantee you'll love Branson. This is not a timeshare. It's just an unbeatable vacation deal for only $99 per person. You book now, you can use your tickets anytime this year. You don't even need to know your travel dates to lock in the special price. Hurry, because this offer won't last long. Call our Branson vacation experts today.
800-497-7198. 800-497-7198. 800-497-7198. That's 800-497-7198. Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At US Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
US Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With US Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose US Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. US Med. Better service, better care. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. 800-891-6335. That's 800-891-6335.
The Lou Information Station presents Arch City Now with Vic Faust.
Hey guys, happy Friday. Welcome back into the show. We are here live and in demand right here. We are live and on demand as well at louinfo.com. Hey, you can give us a call if you want to, 855-282-8255. Once again, that is 855-282-8255. You can also stream us every day from 6 to 8 at Arch City Now on X, on YouTube, and Facebook. From the chat line, you can also jump in those same places where you're streaming. Greg says, here's an idea about a Freaky Fridays with Vic and Projo. Yeah, we might be able to make that somehow, some way. St. Louis related, St. Louis based. Told Projo I was taking the jacket off today. It's a Friday. It's a casual Friday. I felt like it. Dog days of summer. There are things going on, not tons, but there are some things that are happening all over the place. And we appreciate it when you guys jump in and talk with us. Hour number 2 getting ready to set here. Also, as we said, coming up at 8 o'clock, you've got Hot Take Central 2.0 with the former Blue Cam Jansen and St. Louis Cardinals broadcaster Jim the Cat Hayes. They follow us every day, Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. Once again, that's Hot Take Central 2.0. We talk about St. Louis stories for the most part. How does it affect you? Anything and else when it comes to a variety of things that are happening. Case in point, Cardinals back in action. They're back in Busch. They're back home. Weekend series with the Cubs. That's right. Those division rival Cubbies, they're having a better year than the Cardinals. They're only about 4 games out of first place. Cardinals are way back. We know they're not going to the playoffs, and it's kind of a ho-hum time, but you've got the Cubs coming to town for 3. You've got the Rockies coming, and then you've got the New York Yankees next weekend. So some good teams coming into the St. Louis area, that's for sure. And it's going to be hot, hot, hot one of those weekends. I mean, we could approach 97 today. Heat index over 100. Back for those hot temperatures over the weekend. Lots of sun. I didn't see any rain, but we weren't supposed to have any rain yesterday or last night either, right? I think we had that.
Yeah.
I think we had some rain all over the place.
A little bit.
Tony says only 20 more days, people, as well, until Mizzou football. Oh, that's right. Less than 3 weeks and counting. I've promoted Mizzou football. I'll continue to. Football Saturdays in Columbia are terrific. Not even that far from our metro area either. So you can check that as well. Greg says, as DR or Dr. C said to me, Vic's just showing off those arms. Yeah, I wish I had some arms. I'm hardly vascular. Anyway, thank you. 20 more days. Hey, by the way, since you brought up Mizzou too, CBS Sports has predicted that they don't think Missouri's first loss will come until they go to Alabama on October 11th. So almost halfway through the month of October before they would have a loss, meaning they have them winning at home against Kansas, and then winning at home against South Carolina. I like the way that sounds. That makes me feel good on a Friday. We'll take that every day. That's for sure. So the Mizzou season getting ready to start. Cardinals back in town this weekend. And they'll go. St. Louis at ESC has a game on the weekend. We never heard anything from the fan. I know they never really addressed the fan issue, and that's just how it's going to be. The fan that was removed for wearing a MAGA hat. Alabama. Oh, that's right. Alabama at the Zoo. That's the first loss that they have them against Bama. So we'll see. Good home schedule for Missouri too. Check out all the teams that are coming home for that. There's been a lot of hot water surrounding Sam Page. Somehow, some way, he's won a couple elections in regards to, and won pretty well. Whether people like Sam, didn't like him, whatever, it just always seemed like there was a lot of controversy, but he was winning elections. Well, now there's been charges, or that they're coming after Sam Page in St. Louis County. And Brian Williams, Missouri State Senator Brian Williams, has now thrown his hat into the ring to be the next St. Louis County executive. And I found this to be interesting because I think if Sam Page was ever going to be beat, now is the time, and Brian Williams might just be the guy. Brian's a current state senator. I know Brian. I've known him for a long time. He is a guy that can work with people on both sides of the party. He's a Democrat. He's going to run in the Democratic primary in the August 2026 election. So if you didn't know about Brian, he's also represented the state's 14th senatorial district. That includes, mid St. Louis County, parts of University City, Ladue, Ferguson, Bridgeton, I think maybe Hazelwood too. Sam Page is the incumbent, clearly. But last week, Page was indicted by a grand jury over allegations, has been proved, that he used public funds on a flyer opposing a county ballot measure known as Proposition B. So that still has to take its course. Will it hurt Sam Page? Has his time run its course? But it will be interesting because Williams is the first Democratic candidate to publicly announce a challenge for the seat. I just find it very interesting because he is a very smart guy, lots of connections all over the St. Louis area. And he would get it if the voters choose somebody new. He would certainly be interesting from a Democratic standpoint if you're going to vote that side. He says, quote, as county executive, I will continue my work of focusing on building a stronger, safer, and more prosperous St. Louis region where every neighborhood has a chance to survive. So he's championed some policies for job creation, improving education, expanding healthcare, getting neighborhoods more connected as well. So good luck to Brian. We'll see where it is. Anybody that wants to, I still don't know why anybody wants to get into politics. It's a thankless job a lot of times, but we need people who want to do those jobs. And Brian clearly wants that job as he's trying to go for it right now. If you guys have any thoughts on that, you can let us know. If you'd like to see anybody else throw their hat into the ring, Democrat, Republican, who cares? It's one of those things where, gosh, look at you guys. I go back to the chat line and you guys are all sports and football. I love it right now. I guess I did bring it up. Is Bo Prabula going to be the starting quarterback for Mizzou? We don't know. We're waiting to see him or Sam Horn. We will find out sooner rather than I think they'll both play the first game, maybe even the first two games. Also, Greg says, saw a college football championship betting line, had Mizzou ranked third in odds. What? Or did you know how you were reading the odds? Are you sure they weren't like 1,000 to 1? And that doesn't mean good? Maybe from the SEC? I don't know. I don't know about that. They do have one of the easier schedules, what it appears to be in college football right now as well. I love it that you guys were talking about that, bringing up the sports aspect. Something we told you about earlier is a big new development at Lindbergh and Olive. What that is that's going to be on the old Bear campus. That's a brand new Schnucks store that's being built. The old one on Olive had been there since 67. So that Schnucks is going to go away and everybody's going to transfer over to a store that's twice the size, brand new state-of-the-art store. So congrats to Schnucks from that standpoint of getting those things done. Also, when it comes back to, and I know the St. Louis metropolitan area makes up a lot of counties. St. Louis County is the biggest one. What do we need the most in St. Louis County? What do we need to improve on? What would be something that needs to be focused on in the county? I wish we could get more business. I can tell you that much. I wish we had more people, more businesses coming in where it was more business friendly. It doesn't seem like we have major corporations coming here. I mean, we talk about an exodus from St. Louis City. It's not like there's a lot of people or companies that I know of that are moving to St. Louis County. That's for sure. I'd love to see somebody from a business aspect really take charge with St. Louis County. I mean, there's no reason we shouldn't be able to see it growing. But St. Louis County is not growing. It's not. Jefferson County was growing. St. Charles County was growing, but St. Louis County was not growing. And, you know, what can make that change? I don't know. Have somebody with a business mind, and then you can see where you can go. Make things happen. From the chat line. Who's Dr. C? Yeah, you guys can have fun. Jump in on the chat line as well. We love it. You do it at Facebook, X, and YouTube. And like, subscribe, share the show. Let people know what we've got going on here. We appreciate it when you join us. Monday through Friday, 6 to 8 a.m., talking things that are St. Louis related, or try to talk things that are St. Louis related, or localizing those national stories and headlines and whatever you guys want to do, want to talk about, the shout outs, so forth, all of it that goes into the show. We're talking about counties. How about over St. Clair County? I saw this come. It's just a weird story as well. Mount Hope Cemetery. If you're driving into Belleville, you come, as soon as you go into Belleville, up the hill, there's a cemetery called Mount Hope. It's been there, seems like forever. How would you feel if you had loved ones there? Is this desecration of a cemetery that you have? The city owns the cemetery, by the way. So they're trying to say that they're trying to make this manageable, trying to make money. They want to continue to be able to pay for it. It's a final resting place for a lot of people. I know my grandpa's there. I know that grandma as well. How would you feel if the city says, hey, we've got a good idea. We want to put a solar company and a solar farm and set it up right there near the cemetery?
Heck no.
I didn't know if you were sneezing, yawning. I looked at Projo's face.
Those were strong feelings.
Yeah. So last night things got heated at a meeting in Belleville about this. One of the women said that, yeah, my entire family's here. We have picnics here, clean the graves, put flowers on the graves. And now a solar farm being set up right here, kind of on the property right next to it. Not excited about those things that are going on. So obviously a lot of people voicing concerns, about destruction of maybe nature, level sound, things like that. I don't know.
If you're religious, that's just something in between you and God at that point.
They're okay.
If you put a solar panel above someone's grave, I mean, it just doesn't seem.
Yeah, Shine Development Partners, they're the developer of the solar farm. Their leaders said that in addition to lowering the energy bills of those who opt into the system, development of the farm is meant to help preserve the cemetery. They said the objective was always to provide a way to finance maintenance of Mount Hope Cemetery because they want to be able to continue to pay for it because the city owns it, and cities are always looking for money. So they said that the farm has undergone a change in design and size because of resident feedback. So You're talking about 19 acres now from 25 because people were complaining about the solar farm being right there at the cemetery.
Didn't the solar farm in Nevada just shut down because it was unsuccessful?
I don't know.
They couldn't keep up with the cost of maintenance and all that. Plus, it was killing like lots of birds that would fly through.
I don't know. But many families are not happy with this, but it's interesting because all the business people want this or think that it's a good thing, a good thing for Bell Vegas, as I refer to it. And I can call it Bell Vegas because I went to high school there. Joe's looking at me like, hey, here's a solar farm next to Mount Hope Cemetery.
Well, didn't like all those people pay for those plots as well? And then you're going to put a solar farm on top of something that you paid for? That's not. Nope.
Yeah, I'm trying to process that one myself.
Don't know how they're going to get away with it.
Well, I think it'll probably go through at some point. They've already had to break it down a little bit from 25 acres to 19 acres. You're not going to dig up graves, but we have a solar farm like literally right on top of it.
Nope.
Yeah. I know. I know where you are. I get it, my friend. We are Arch City Now. We cover stories and headlines and talk about stories Monday through Friday as we get this network kicked off every day. LouInfo.com. You can check out everything that is happening on this network, LouInfo.com. Hey, I saw this story the other day too. Guys walking at Forest Park. You know, you see people walking, running. And the dog owners, or if you're afraid of dogs, you might be able to appreciate this. He's walking at Forest Park. He sees a man playing with 3 dogs. And then all of a sudden, the dogs run after him. So the dogs attack the guy, start biting him. So he's got some deep wounds in his left thigh, legs, left arm. So St. Louis Metropolitan Police are investigating this. It happened at Forest Park. Guys just walking by. They want witnesses, if there were witnesses, because the victim said that the dogs were just playing in the grass with the owner. But then when he walked by, the dogs then became infatuated with him. So the owner had to jump up and help get the dogs off of the victim. They were just biting him. He's like running around trying to get away from the dogs as they're biting him. So the owner comes and gets his dogs, who were unleashed, gets them into the car, and takes off. See ya. Hope you're all right. And takes off. Just takes off. So anyone with information is asked to call police. The victim did refuse treatment at the scene, and he said he'd go get medical attention on his own. Have you ever been in a situation like this? This happened at Forest Park. Or, well, we know our own Darth Vader would never, ever do that and would never, ever be able to, I think, put harm on anybody.
Yeah, I don't think he could puncture skin.
Yeah, he may be able to drag like a Cocoa Puff away from you or something. Darth Vader. I've never had this happen. The only thing I had was a guard dog German Shepherd that snapped at the buttocks of our mail guy. He chased him out. He chased the mail guy's running. Mail guy was literally running, and I'm like, no, Bo,
run.
So if everybody, when they talk about mail carriers not being excited about dogs, you know why. Because they've dealt with some of these things. But if you're walking along, certainly you think an owner of dogs is going to have them leashed or take care of them.
You would hope.
Yeah. I'm like, ooh, something needs to change on that.
Especially in a park that's not a dog park.
Another good point. Not a dog park. You're exactly right. I don't know what you would, and what do you do? Oh my gosh. I just saw one of the chat line comments, a neon sign for the cemetery. Yeah, I don't know if that would work. But, yeah, going back to that story, the solar farm being set up at Mount Hope Cemetery in Belleville, he'll pay for it. Chatline Greg says, possibly a neon sign for the cemetery. Tongue in cheek, that was not serious. Well, also from the chat line, you heard about the Arkansas European descendants community that wanted to build another near Lake of the Ozarks. They are now looking near St. Louis, 50 to 100 miles from St. Louis. I don't even know what the Arkansas European descendants community is. Oh, is that the racist one? Is that what you're trying to say, Greg? I can't remember what that is.
I think that was Westboro Baptist Church.
Yeah,
I've
exactly.
never heard of them either. The Arkansas.
Yeah, hadn't heard of them.
Descendants.
No, that's all right. This is Arch City Now. We're here till 8 o'clock, bringing you through some of these stories today. Glad you're with us. If there's anything that you guys want to talk about, let us know. If you want to bring attention to your community, an event, whatever it may be, let us know from that standpoint. Ryan says, Vic, did you go to Belleville East, Belleville West, or Altoff Catholic? I went to Altoff Catholic. So there you go. Out there in Bell Vegas. Greg says, yes, that is the racist all-white group. No, thank you. We don't need them 50 to 100 miles away from St. Louis. That just has problems and trouble and controversy written all over it. I do appreciate this, and we'd love to give shout-outs when we can, and that's what we say it. The show's about you. It's about St. Louis and so forth. Tony says, big shout-out to the Siteman Center, Barnes and Washoe. Wife battled cancer for a year and a half. Her cancer's in remission. Thank you, God. Patients come around the world to the Lou to battle this disease. She just celebrated her 60th birthday. I bought her a new 75-inch TV just in time for football. That's the kind of stories we like to focus on. Those are the stories we like to promote. Congratulations to you and your wife. Nobody knows what it's like to go through that unless you are forced to go through that. I also pray that her teams win. I hope Mizzou is one of her teams. There you go, to watch her football on the 75-inch TV. Is 75, is that like the perfect size now for a TV, or is where you get really good quality?
Yeah, that's a good 4K.
75, 4K.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you can get too big?
Depends on your house.
Yeah, I guess so. That's true. Well, watch yourself as you walk through the door. The TV is kind of taking up, 3/4 of the house. Oh, she hates football. I get it. I saw where you were going with that. Appreciate it, guys. This is Arch City Now. Love your comments. We stream live on Facebook, X, and YouTube every day from 6 to 8 a.m. And of course, you can watch all of the programming all day long. Watch, listen, stream from luinfo.com. That is luinfo.com. It is Friday. It is August 8th. What's happening in St. Louis? What's making the needle move for you? You guys got plans this weekend? What do you do on a hot weekend? By the way, just 2 weekends left before school officially starts throughout the metro area. Does that change anything for you and how you guys are doing things as well? We'd love to hear about it. You can give us a call too. That phone number is 855-282-8255. Once again, that is 855-282-8255. We are Arch City Now. I'm Vic Faust. The other voice is Projo. Love it when you guys jump into the chat line. You can do that, or you can give us an email as well. That is archcitynow@gmail.com. archcitynow@gmail.com. We are your Lou information station. We're live and on demand right here at luinfo.com. Back with more of the show right after this, plus a recap some of these stories as we head into the weekend, and anything else you guys let us know during the break.
LouInfo.com news headlines. Brought to you by Brown and Crouppen, 222-2222.
This is your LouInfo.com news update. St. Louis County Police are investigating a deadly shooting that happened Thursday morning at Woodlands Apartments on Sheffingdale Court near Delwood. Officers found a man dead from gunshot wounds when they arrived. No arrests yet, and anyone with tips should contact detectives. A Missouri foster mom is accused of trading a child for an exotic monkey and now faces new criminal charges. Brenda Deutsch was released on bond less than a month ago after being charged with endangering the welfare of a child over allegations of a child being traded for a monkey in Texas. New documents allege Deutsch received reimbursement for respite care services that were never provided. More court dates are pending. Mayor Spencer said there are about 700 households damaged by the May 16th tornado that have not yet applied for federal aid that they qualify for. The deadline to apply is Monday, August 11th, after the mayor requested an extension. There's more information on how to apply for disaster assistance with FEMA at disasterassistance.gov. For the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com, I'm Jen Austin.
Now, LouInfo.com weather. Presented by STL Sports Central. St. Louis sports. Anytime, anywhere.
Here's your LouInfo.com weather update. Hot and humid for most of the upcoming weekend. Sunshine today. We're in the mid-90s. We have a big high-pressure system parked in the central states and covering all of the Midwest. Our heat index today just over 100, so we'll be a little uncomfortable with that humidity. Clear tonight, mid-70s, and then we're in the low to mid-90s and sunny through the weekend. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton for the Lou Information Station, streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hot Take Central 2.0.
Now, as you sports fans know,
it's really getting out of hand, man. It's going way out of control.
With Cam Jansen.
I'm going to lead you down the path that rocks.
And Jimmy the Cat Hayes.
You're a legend in the city, living by day instead of night.
Weekday mornings from 8 to 10.
Hell yeah.
Only on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com. Hot Take Central 2.0.
This whole situation is getting out of control.
Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill has a new menu.
But don't freak out.
Hot Shots favorites are still there, like their famous wings, tacos, burgers, and pizzas. Plus, sure to be new faves like Big Philly egg rolls, the Bold and Hearty Slugger sandwich, the Buffalo chicken pizza, and 2 new wing sauces, Carolina Gold and Bourbon Glaze. And making a comeback, it's the return of Hot Shots' legendary waffle fries. So now there's even more to love at Hot Shots. Come try out the new menu at Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill. Find the location nearest you at hotshotsnet.com.
Grounded to third, diving play by Arenado. They get the out! Unbelievable.
Get ready for the ultimate showdown. The New York Yankees come to Busch Stadium the weekend of August 15th through the 17th, and they're bringing the star power. See sluggers like Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton take on your Cardinals in one of the biggest series of the season. Finish off your summer in style with the Cardinals and Yankees. Great seats still available. Get yours now at Cardinals.com.
This is Nolan Arenado, St. Louis Cardinals for the Lou.
Summer in St. Louis means one thing: Cardinals baseball. It's more than a game, it's an STL tradition. The crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd, the boom of the fireworks. It's the soundtrack to summer for Cardinals Nation. So grab your cap and glove and take your spot in the stands, because in St. Louis, baseball is more than a melody, it's our favorite song.
Hey everyone, Cam Jansen here to tell you about the experts at Fast Signs in Earth City. Fast Signs can handle any and all of your business visibility needs, from traditional signs and graphics to digital to core graphics and anything in between. Fast Signs in Earth City has you covered. The station uses them, the Blues use them, and you will love the work they do. Call 314-344-4400 for your custom signage needs today. That's Fast Signs in Earth City. 314-344-4400.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements.
At Brown and Crouppen, we get that after an accident, money's tight. That's why we offer so much for free. First call, free. First consultation, free. stuck at home or in the hospital, we'll come to you for free. So call Brown and Crouppen, where we don't get paid unless you do. And your first consultation is free.
In your city with Kelly and Gordon. It's the hottest happy hour in STL radio. A high energy, high impact weekday radio show blending relationship values, celebrity buzz, community love, and sharp business insight. This is where storytelling meets strategy. It's the pulse of the city, bringing the energy, stories, and voices of STL to life. In your city with Kelly and Gordon. Weekday afternoons at 4, only on the Lou Information Station. Back to more of Arch City Now with Vic Faust on the Lou Information Station. Streaming 24/7 at louinfo.com.
Hey guys, welcome back into the show. It is Friday. This is Arch City Now. We are hoping you get up on this August 8th. It is 7:34. Pro Joe alongside. I'm Vic Faust. Glad you guys are with us. What's happening with your weekend? 2 weekends left before the start of school in this area. It's a hot one, as you heard from the weather forecast there. Heat index into the hundreds probably today. Another hot day tomorrow. What is going on all over the place? Jump in on the chat line if you would like to. You can do that on X, YouTube, and Facebook. That's where we stream live. You can also give us a call if you'd like to as well. 855-282-8255. And of course, you can check out everything on all of the programming with our network, all about St. Louis, at louinfo.com. Once again, louinfo.com. Ryan on the chat line says, my ex-wife went to Althoff, class of 97. Yep, she's just a few years younger than me. So there you go. We'll just say that. So there you go. Shout out for Althoff as we were talking about the solar farm project advancing over at Mount Hope Cemetery. They're on West Main. Big story over there in the Metro East. Over here, we got the Cardinals back in town this weekend. Is that something you guys would do? Once again, as we talked about, 2 weeks ago, it's very difficult to go outside and do a lot when it's that hot. It's like, okay, it's hard to sit outside, difficult to sit outside, whatever the case may be, when the heat gets as big as it is. There are some shows around town this weekend, besides the Cardinals being in town with the Cubs. And I hate it when the Cubs come to town because the fans take over Busch Stadium. They do. And now that we don't have a lot of fans going to games, that Cubs Nation, if they're around town or if they even care about the Cardinals anymore, will be taking over Busch Stadium, or at least we'll see a lot of that blue. I do not like that blue color.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it going to be taken over by blue, or are we going to let that happen?
I do not like that Cubby blue. Oh, well. Also, tomorrow night, producer Joe going to check out Shane Gillis. I'd say, and tell me this, what do you think? Shane Gillis is going to be at Enterprise tomorrow night. Would you say that comedian Shane Gillis right now is one of the top 3 most popular comedians in our country?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Top 2?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe 1?
No, I don't think top 1, but
who's top?
Definitely...
Who would that be? Who else is as popular right now as a comedian as Shane Gillis?
Joe Rogan.
I just don't see him as a comedian.
That's how he started.
I know.
He's a stand-up comic. He's the one that owns the comedy club that Shane Gillis pretty much got his start.
Yeah, you told me. And is that in Austin? Maybe Austin, Texas?
Yeah, it's in Austin. Yep. It's the Comedy Mothership.
And Shane Gillis. There's another guy that started out of that place too, I think. Wasn't there a comedian there that did...
Biden? The Adam Ray guy?
No, the guy that did the... when Donald Trump was going through his weekend, wasn't there some guy that got into trouble? Wasn't there a comedian that was making jokes?
Oh, yeah, Tony Hinchcliffe. He's the one that...
Yeah. Is he out of the club too?
Yeah, he hosts the show that they both got their start.
Okay, there you go.
Joe Rogan didn't get his start there. Joe Rogan owns the club that Tony has a show.
Yeah, so you're going to be checking out Shane Gillis tomorrow night. Enterprise Center, St. Louis, something else that's happening. You can check out your local concert scenes as well. Concerts are always going on all over the place. We told you some of the concerts that were going on as well tomorrow night or this weekend. Factory has, I think they got Factory has concert tonight, tomorrow night, Sunday, next Tuesday. Wilco, they'll be there as well. So
I haven't heard that name in a while.
I know that was one that I'd actually be interested in. I was like, how about Wilco? So jump into the chat line. Let us know if there's anything that you got plans for the weekend, if there's anything that we would like to, or that we should know about, and any kind of plans, shout outs, whatever. We appreciated the shout out that we got a little bit earlier from Tony. Wanted to give a shout out to Siteman Cancer Center. His wife has beaten cancer, and he bought her a 75-inch TV for her 60th birthday that he is going to watch football on. Okay. I get it. Anything else you guys know that's going on? We like to push that out there. And of course, we like to get over these headlines as we hit the last portion of our show. Some of the things that were making news. Make-A-Wish Foundation really does a terrific job. If you ever have a chance to support them, do. It's the Missouri-Kansas Make-A-Wish Foundation. A 15-year-old out of the St. Louis area was diagnosed a couple of years ago with a really bad inflammatory disease. That's all we were told from that standpoint. But what's happening for him is his name is Luca Orico, and his dreams are coming true thanks to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I mean, obviously, if you get diagnosed with one of these debilitating diseases, many cases there's no cure. There's these organizations like Make-A-Wish that can really do a good job to try to help bring at least a moment, maybe a day, maybe a few days of just being normal and enjoying life. So they have made it so that Luca can go watch and hang out with his favorite baseball player, who happens to be Aaron Judge, one of the top baseball players in the league right now with the New York Yankees. Ironic, the Yankees are coming to town next weekend, and then they're headed to New York on the 20th. So I'm wondering if he meets Aaron Judge while they're here in St. Louis next weekend. I didn't see that from the article, but I love what they do. And you can see just, a 15-year-old kid trying to enjoy life, and his parents are there trying to do the best that they can for your kid. And you know it as a parent. You hate to see your kid even have a cold or be sick, much less being diagnosed with a disease like this. So what a cool feeling. Great feeling for this kid. He's going to get a chance to meet Aaron Judge. And thank you for Aaron Judge for spending time to be willing to do that as well. I don't know if it's a St. Louis situation, but it's an ask. What's your thoughts on Howard Stern leaving XM Radio? It doesn't resonate for me. He was an icon at one point in time, unlike anything we had ever seen. The most popular man in America when it came to broadcasting. No doubt about it.
The most emulated radio show everywhere.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He was a pioneer. The movie was great. His show was certainly popular, and it ran its course. And we can get into why and all the other things, but it really doesn't matter. But
people get old and irrelevant.
It's hard for me to imagine saying that about maybe the best that ever did it.
Right.
So but I understand where you're going from. But he lost a lot of audience in recent years. A lot of audience. And you guys can speculate on why he lost a lot of audience. Sometimes people just need to be comedians, right?
Yeah.
And do what they do and not try to make things too much. Don't keep biting off stuff. Just be you.
Yep. Worry about your career.
And entertaining. Don't try to go do all the other things. So that's my thought. And Projo's thoughts on Howard Stern leaving XM Radio.
Who cares?
Happy Friday, St. Louis. And happy Friday to you as well, Howard Stern. Okay, guys, this is very interesting, and this will affect people all over the country, not only in St. Louis, but all over the country and all over the world. And we talk about it from time to time, but new data being released showing the impact of AI. Half of bosses in the country are planning to replace some workers, if not many, within the next 5 years, but with AI.
I believe it.
That the takeover is happening. Literally half of bosses say yes, they plan to replace workers within 5 years. 5 years. It's happening. Learn it. Try to get involved with it in any way you can. You start small and just a little here, a little there. But that is the plan right now. AI is taking over many jobs. Or as I always say, that it can't take over the trade jobs.
Actually.
But guess what? In some cases, they can.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen some equipment, sealing
Tapers.
sanders
Yep.
and
Tapers.
So AI, but still there's not all trade. There's things that
Yeah, not yet.
But I'm telling you, there's a lot going on with AI.
Soon enough, we will be replaced by AI. How do you guys feel about that?
And then on the heels of that, there's an ad firm literally that just got rid of 7,000 jobs as it's ripping through their industry. What is that? Well, last year, AI forced this advertising firm sector to go through it. So what happened was a company, WPP, is the company that got rid of 7,000 jobs for AI. Now you have other companies that are using AI as well. They're able to slash advertising dollars. They're slashing it. So they're slashing the marketing spend with new AI tools.
You can do a lot with marketing.
And they've
these
enabled
days.
a business to create their own marketing campaigns.
Yep.
So as your own company, you don't have to hire these ad companies to do it anymore. That is a major industry that's getting hit, and maybe one in the St. Louis area as well that people are starting to see when it comes to AI and just how big this is, what an impact it has. And all you have to do is talk to people who have had their jobs affected by AI, but it is everywhere. I listened to a partner of mine, another business talk AI. He's a genius. And I'm trying to keep up. I'm like, okay, don't let it overwhelm you. Just take a little bit here, take a little bit there. But AI is changing the way we do things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not going anywhere. It's only getting bigger.
It's already changed the way I do things.
How so?
Well, I use AI to do our reels for the
Correct.
most part. I mean, there
Yeah.
is some customizable things that I do to it. However, I mean, it saves me a lot of time. A lot of time.
It really does.
Yeah.
And as we say, it's not going anywhere.
Nope.
Greg says Skynet.
Right.
Skynet. Also, if there's a way that you're using AI, or you know of people using AI to do anything in the metro area, let us know about that as well.
Do you know what Skynet is?
No, I was waiting for you to tell me.
It's a nerd thing. Well, it's Terminator. It's the company that creates the Terminators in the movie Terminator.
Okay.
The AI robots that go around searching for people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's Skynet.
Right. Skynet.
Skynet's coming. Look out.
Mm.
I do see AI being used a lot when it comes to business, accounting. By the way, lawyers and doctors are now, and not when I say doctors, I'm not talking about surgical, but when it comes to paperwork, when it comes to transcribing, all these things, AI. And that's where I predicted that's the next, like, doctors and lawyers will not need as many people around them.
Nope.
And it's like, oh, okay. We have all of this AI that is now being used. How is that affecting anybody, if anything? To add to the situation from AI. But replacing bosses, half of bosses surveyed on a Money Talks News segment plan on replacing staff in the next 5 years. I know you were freaking out about this about a year ago. Not freaking out, Pro Joe, but you were talking like, yeah, I'm concerned about the AI stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very, very concerned.
Well, Eli's been saying he's been concerned for years.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
Talking about Elon Musk.
Yep.
He's been talking about it. He has been. That's 100% true. But, you know, we'll see what happens, where it's going to go, those sorts of things. And how can it help? And maybe it's not all bad. Maybe it can help in some sort of way. Maybe it's helping us in ways that we don't even know now.
I think it's going to be bittersweet.
Like most things, it seems like in life. By the way, a couple other news headlines, things that we had seen that came out over the weekend. If anything else is there that you want to let us know about, please do so. You can let us know now. You can jump in the chat to let us know, or you can email us at artcitynow@gmail.com, artcitynow@gmail.com. Super hot weekend. We talked about what's happening with the Cardinals. Also, a company, RTI, doing research says that, and if you see the headline, sometimes you have to look at the story, that beer that can be brewed, produced in the St. Louis area, St. Louis County, has PFAs in it, the poisonous forever chemicals, but not above the EPA standards. And what that happens, or why that happens, is because of water that's used in our area, which shows you how bad the water can be when it comes from your fountain, when it comes from your sink. I've even gotten to a point where I'm thirsty. I'm like, am I going to drink water out of a fountain when I see it somewhere now? Because our water, I'm not trying to scare people, but if you do studies on water, and we have on the show, you see that it's not like we used to drink out of the garden hoses. There's fluoride in the water and other things now, chlorine, and just a bunch of bad things.
How does a brewery get away with not having a filtration system? They should not be allowed to use tap water. There's too many, water main breaks. There's too many inconsistencies. There should be a filtration system on every brewery.
No, I like it.
I don't know why I have to say it.
No. Yeah, but just letting you know. But Missouri is not over. St. Louis area is not over the EPA limits. But that doesn't mean they don't have the PFAs in them. Speaking of AI and work and things from there, how do you feel about this? What if you went to work and you were bought out by another company and the new CEO said, work 80 hours a week or take a buyout? That's what an AI startup company CEO told the new employees when he bought their company out. He's like, we tell you right now, if you don't like it, leave. We'll give you a buyout. We'll see you later. But here, we're going to work. We're not worried about the family. We're not worried about your time. Your work is now your family. Your work is now your good time. And people stay at a lot of them, he said a lot of their team members spend the weekends there, sleep there, work there. It sounds like this whole Elon kind of atmosphere. It's like, okay, we're going to let you know what's happening. Haven't heard how many of the people have taken the buyout or stayed. They're based in San Francisco, and you may hear of their CEO at some point. His name is Scott Wu, W-U, and he's just like, we're straight front about it. We don't believe in work-life balance. So there you go.
That's a Japanese business model.
Is it really?
Yeah, Japanese, especially car makers and Japanese car makers are really like they make their employees exercise before their shift.
Yeah.
They make them stretch.
That reminds me of the movie from the 80s.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton?
Gung Ho, or what was that?
Yeah, but it was Michael Keaton was the actor.
Yep. He goes to work for a Japanese company. Yep.
Oh my gosh, going in the Wayback Machine to the 80s right there.
But they believe that your company comes before your family.
Well, yeah, so I don't know. Maybe you appreciate the job you have a little more today. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
As you get up and go to work today throughout the area, yeah, maybe you can appreciate that. We are Arch City Now. We're here Monday through Friday. We do have guests that will be coming onto the show. We were making sure we were up and running, and we're still fairly new, but we've got guests that are going to be scheduled. We love it if you guys have ideas for guests, anything in the St. Louis area that promotes anything that people should know about, or you think people should know about. Let us know. We're trying to get that word out as well. And thoughts and prayers for the two people who were killed, obviously, in the helicopter crash that happened yesterday, just north of St. Louis, near the Alton area. Helicopter doing some work, hit some power lines, and went down immediately into a barge. there were some eyewitnesses who said they'll never forget seeing what they saw. And of course, that became a big story, big talk about throughout the area as well. By the way, if people are looking to still do shopping for kids back to school throughout the area, we were sent information that Walmart has some flash deals. Target has some deep discounts as well on electronics, backpacks, whatever may help. Also, this was very interesting to me too. A lot of us like to go to Home Depot, right? We go to Home Depot, Lowe's, those kind of stores. Yeah. Well, they now have where is it? Okay. Never mind. I'm not going to go there with that. We don't have enough time. It's 7:54. It's a good story. We'll get into it next week. Let us know what you guys do over the weekend and come back. Let us know next week. We love to hear those things that are happening. We were talking about Mizzou a little bit earlier in the show. CBS Sports predicting Missouri not to lose their first game until Alabama, which is mid-October, which means Mizzou football, according to the CBS Sports polling, is supposed to be pretty good. That means they'll beat Kansas September 6th, and that they will also beat South Carolina. And if they do that going into that Alabama game, who knows? Who knows what could happen then? But it is exciting. It is fun to talk about. Chat line told us 20 days away until Missouri's first football game in Columbia. It's going to be a hot weekend as well. You guys already know that. We've been talking about that. And Projo, I'm trying to remember if did we hit Projo? Did I forget to do a story? I'm trying to look to see if there was a story that I forgot to do. I couldn't remember. But anyway, if we do, just let me know. But this weekend, all kinds of things that you could do to tell us. Projo will give us an update when it comes to Monday after watching Shane Gillis.
Hopefully I can get some photos.
They're not going to let you take photos.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to let you
take a phone in. Or if you, I see you taking a phone in, and we could have looked it up. I see you being able to take a phone in, but not being able to take pictures.
Right.
And then I'm sure they have people who are walking.
Maybe.
Right? They'll walk the lines to let you know.
Right. Yeah, because I haven't seen any photos or footage of anybody's stand-up arena shows. So not, taken from people's phone. You'd think that would be more common.
Maybe.
If it was allowed.
I don't know. I just look forward for an update from that. So I know people will be ready for that update too. Whatever you're doing, make sure to keep us posted. We love ideas. We love it when you guys get involved in the show. We love it when you get into the chat line as well. Hot Take Central 2.0 will be coming up after us, as they do Monday through Friday with the former Blue Cam Jansen and St. Louis Cardinals broadcaster Jim the Cat Hayes. Oh, okay. I thought it was like, what? What are you talking about? What are you going to let me know? And where is this? Okay, it wasn't there. And by the way, you can watch us every day on YouTube, X, and Facebook. Arch City Now. Once again, Arch City Now, YouTube, X, and Facebook. And you can also learn more about the show at luinfo.com. Once again, that's luinfo.com. Hey, thanks again for helping us in these first 2 months get going. Like, subscribe, share the show. You can get the word out there. That's what we're trying to do as well. So thank you again for joining us. It was another good week. For Projo, I'm Vic Faust. This is Arch City Now. Have an awesome day. It's going to be hot. We'll see you later.
People ask all the time, who the heck is Low Cost Airlines? Well, we're not just one airline. When you're talking to us, you're talking to everyone.